What's up, guys? We back. This one's Deion Sanders criticizing Hall of Fame. Uh, Skip Shannon. I said Skip Shannon. Shannon Sharp was actually talking about this. Oh my God, it was like a few videos ago. If you go back, watch my videos. He talked about this a few videos about how the Hall of Fame. Oh, it was the one where Ezekiel Elliott said like he a Hall of Famer, da da da, whatever, right? So he was saying like the Hall of Fame is really like soft, low key, because they don't hold everybody to the same standards type. And like this, it's almost like they let anybody in who got a big name. So I guess Deion Sanders is gonna be talking about it, and I guess we get to hear Shannon Sharp part of view. I want to hear more about this Hall of Fame thing because me personally, I feel like Hall of Fame should be more like it should really just be like the elite of the elite. And if you don't make it, you don't make it. I mean, you was a good player, you just didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess Hall of Fame and retire and jersey retirement could be like two different type of things. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get your like let me see. Let me say for instance, right? Derrick Rose. I know this is basketball and everything, but let's say for instance Derrick Rose. He's a great player still. I mean he's still a good player, right? But we could do this right. He get his jersey retired. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He meant so much to the city of Chicago. He had such a great career in Chicago. Moved on, got injured. We all know the story. But he's still a good player, you know what I'm saying? The impact that he had on the sport at his young age, youngest MVP, da da da, he deserved to get his jersey retired. Hall of Fame player, see, and then that's when we like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Calm down, cause he's not a Hall. In my opinion, Derrick Rose is not no Hall of Famer. Yes, he did so much for the sport. Yes, all it is, but his stats don't show Hall of Fame. All stats don't mean everything, da 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 da. In Hall of Fame, it should. Your stats should mean everything in the Hall of Fame. And that's just my opinion. But we're going to get into this. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's do it.
Deion Sanders taking issue with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yes, of course, a Hall of Famer himself. Sanders said, quote, "The Hall of Fame ain't the Hall of Fame no more. I love it, I respect it, I admire it. I think all the guys who are inducted are definitely deserving. But it needs to be a different colored jacket. My jacket's got to be a different color." Shannon, love good colored jackets. Is Deion right?
Man, Ty, why you got to be commenting on your comments, man? Look, he's entitled to his opinion. Deion views the Hall of Fame as a place where guys go that change the game.
Yeah.
That you can't tell the story of the National Football League without mentioning these guys. And he said now they're starting to add guys had 1 or 2 good years,
Okay.
and they're going in.
I just said I agree with that. Then I brought up the Derrick Rose thing. Okay, hold on. Because you can't tell the story of NBA basketball without Derrick Rose. If that's the case, you can't. You can't. He had such a big impact as a young player. Yeah, I mean,
He looks at it like, I look at it also like,
but
like
stat
baseball.
wise, I
Baseball
don't
saying,
know.
we ain't got worthy candidates, we ain't putting them in.
Yeah.
If we only got one worthy candidate, we're going to have an induction for one candidate. It seems like the Pro Football Hall of Fame now is like they got a quota. We got to put somewhere between 5 and 8 guys in every single year.
Yep.
And so I think that's what the hubbub is about, especially coming from guys like Time. And I agree, look, there are some guys like Jerry and Dion and Reggie and LT, Joe, Tom is going to be one of those guys. There's levels to greatness. Every player that's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame is not on the same level as everybody else. You're in the same place, Skip. It's just like baseball. Everybody's not on the same level, or no, basketball. But I agree with what he's saying. It's just, I just don't know. Like I said, that when people ask me, I don't have a vote. And I really hate commenting on it because, people take, because I'm in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, they're going to say, well, you didn't want these guys in. In, out, it doesn't make any difference to me. But I'm just saying, talking to some of the guys, this is some of their feelings that they feel.
Is there much truth in what Deion uttered?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Okay, so I can stand away from it because I'm not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and I think I can comment on this better than you can.
Yes.
I covered Deion Sanders when he was a Dallas Cowboy.
Yeah.
There's never been anything like it before. he was as close to Jordan as any athlete I've covered, just on athletic ability. I'll never forget the first practice Barry Switzer coached the Dallas Cowboys. I was walking with Barry, who I'd known for years from his Oklahoma days, off the field. And he said, I've never seen anything like Deion Sanders. And he saw a lot of athletes at OU.
Yeah.
He said, it's like he's not governed by the same gravity the rest of us are governed by, because he can run faster and jump higher and just move faster.
Yeah, you had to see him play.
To feel it and believe it and sense it. He was by far the greatest cornerback ever, and I've had arguments with Darrelle Revis. I love Darrelle, but he's just not in the same ballpark.
No,
I'm sorry.
Definitely not.
I'm sorry, just not.
Definitely not.
So I have said for years, back since my first days on Cold Pizza back in 2004, there's this thing called the Hall of Very Good that I sort of created in my head.
Right.
It's based in Camden, New Jersey. I don't know how we got off on that, but we sort of say it's in Camden, New Jersey.
Right.
It's filled with really good players.
Right.
They're really good, but they don't belong in the Hall of Fame.
Or the Hall of Longevity.
Yes. And
I
to
agree with that.
Deion's point, it comes across as sheer egomania on his part, but that's who he was.
Yeah.
He knew he was just better than you were.
Yeah, he was.
It's why he could just take a whole side of the field and say, send anybody over here. I will take him away.
Yeah.
He will not catch a ball today. I will make sure. And when he says there should be an upper room, I'm with it. But I don't know how to differentiate.
Right.
It's like for a long time, the Pro Football Hall of Fame was hard to get into.
It was.
It's why it took you three times. And yet I wish there weren't even a second and third ballot, because I wish they could just say, Shannon Sharpe, what's my golden rule about the Hall of Fame? If I have to think twice, you're not in.
Right.
Yeah.
If I have to say, well, no, you're gone.
Right.
You're out. Because when Brady comes up, we'll all just say, yeah. Right?
Well, his president, I don't know who that's going to be for that. Because, Skip, what they do is that the reporter, the senior reporter from that where he played.
Region, right.
They would get up and present a case.
Yes.
Okay, Tom Brady played 23 seasons. He did this, this, and this. Well, when Marino's guy came up, he said, Dan Marino, and he sat back down. Peyton Manning's guy said Peyton Manning and sat back down. What's to discuss?
Lawrence Taylor, sit down, right?
What's the discussion?
Like Jim Brown, sit down.
Skip, I think the thing is, like with baseball, Skip, if there's no cloud around you, you hit 500 home runs, you go into the Hall. You have 3,000 hits, got no suspicions around you, you go into the Hall.
Exactly.
You have 300 wins as a pitcher, and there's no cloud around you, you go into the Hall. There is no criteria. So if a wide receiver, is it going to be if you got 1,000 catches, you go to the Hall? If you have 12,000 rush yards, you go into the Hall? If you're a quarterback, you throw for 65,000 yards. So there is no barometer. For the most part, guys that get 20, 25,000 points in basketball, they ended up in the Hall because we take college, we take if you played in the Olympics, and we take your NBA career. It takes all of that. But in football, it's just football. And the numbers don't mean the same in football, Skip, like they do baseball. But Skip, you know what 56 games is. If I tell you 56 games, you know what DiMaggio. If I tell you 406, you know that was when Ted, the last man to hit 400. Man, football, what record is sacred, Skip? Somebody can just throw it out there. 18,256 yards. What is that? Well, Emmett Rush for over 18,000. Yeah. So it's different.
Yeah. I mean, I must finish. We're going to finish this and then I'll speak on it.
I get what Tom's saying.
Because I just want to see.
It's just, Skip, like I said, I'm just a firm believer. You don't have to put 5, 6 guys in if you don't believe there's 5 or 6 worthy guys.
Exactly, you don't.
It has been diluted. It has been watered down. All of a sudden, voters get kinder and gentler.
Right.
And come one and come all. And give us your tired and your poor and your wretched refugees learning to breathe free, right? Give us everybody. That's who we are. This is America. Everybody belongs to the Hall of Fame. Yeah. No, they don't.
They don't.
It's being ruined, and he gets it. And yet, for him to say it, it's just so Deion. It's just who he was.
Yeah.
It's how he played. It's why he was great at what he did. It's why he's great at what he's doing right now. Yeah. I love this man. This man is a groundbreaker. He is revolutionary in so many ways. And I'm so with him that there should be this sort of starting 11 in the sky. You know it and I know it. That's Hall of Fame. That's where you say, Okay, give me your best 11. Is he the best? Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the best.
yeah. Well, they just had the thing, the greatest at each position.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was Brady at quarterback. I think Jim Brown running back. Jerry was the wide receiver.
Yep.
Gronk was the tight end.
Okay.
The left tackle was Munoz.
It was.
Ray was the linebacker.
Yep.
LT was the linebacker. Deion was the corner.
Yep.
Ronnie Lott was the safety.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean.
It's just, it hurts my heart to have to read these quotes from Deion, and people will dismiss him. What an egomaniac. Well, yeah, he did this. He backed it up.
Yeah.
He earned the right to say.
All right, I'm gonna speak now. But okay, I see what everybody's saying. Okay, cool. This player that's not in the Hall of Fame, I believe, are T.O. Ochocinco. They have the numbers to be in the Hall of Fame. So why aren't they? You know what I'm saying? So then here's my point, right? They put in people in there that don't deserve to, but then there's people out there that do deserve to. So if the Hall of Fame should really just be, everybody's saying like Skip said, no Shannon, no yeah, Skip, like Skip said, if you have to second guess it, they shouldn't be in there, right? Okay, I'll say maybe twice, because the first time you might be like, but then the second time you're like, okay, yeah, put them in there, right? But at the same time, it's like you can't put only the best of the best people in there, but there's people in there that shouldn't be in there at all. Or like for example, if Ezekiel Elliott ever go in there, he's an example of somebody who should never be in there. He's good, but he's not Hall of Fame. And I think that's where like I think the Hall of Fame just need to be, I feel like when it comes to the Hall of Fame, I feel like it should be determined by previous Hall of Famers and players that's currently playing. And I think those are the only two people that should be voting. Maybe fans, but not at the same time fans can be biased. So I say Hall of Famers and what did I say? Current players, like how they do the top 100. They do the current players help determine on like where players should go. That makes sense because you playing with them every day, every year. You know what I'm saying? And then previous Hall of Famers, because you know they love the game, they still watching the game, and they know how hard it is to get into it. So they should consider those opinions. And that's just how it is. The people that are determining it, I feel like they don't really know what they want to keep the standard as, and that's what's confusing if you're a Hall of Famer or not in the NFL. So we're gonna finish this video.
When I go back and talk, but there are a lot of people. They don't say what he'll say publicly, but they know they were the man. They know they were legit. Trust me. They hear the conversations that we have.
And I'm not calling any names, but every year there are a couple of names where I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
But and Skip, there's certain guys that's LT. LT is a god.
Right, he's a god.
And I'm not talking about. Look, we know some of the transgressions that he's had off the field.
I got it.
But everybody, because he was it. He was it. I mean, I'm old enough to remember him when he got into the league in '81, and I was in, played. I was in the league, and I just watched. You see a Joe Green and Buckus, and you see this guy. You're like, you understand. But LT, he gets the same kind of respect that Jim Brown gets, and everybody,
I got it. Way to go, Deion.
Man, time, you got me. See,
I got your back. I got your back.
I'm gonna get he might be a. He might. Yeah.
Yeah, but Deion is not wrong for that. He said what he had to say. That's the end for that one. We're gonna go ahead and get into the next one. I think the next ones are like some other stuff about like Cowboys. Oh, I know I got a Panthers one and stuff. But I'll see you guys in the next video.